Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It's wonderful connecting with you, saying hi. Hello, how do you do? What is happening? What's going on with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings are speaking to you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who will hashtag it and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I could appreciate that. And for those who will be used by God at some point down the road to encourage this girl. Wonderful. Let's make it do what it do. Okay. So yesterday I started off with talking about one of the greatest pieces of information that I receive, awareness, knowledge, insight. And that's this idea that so many things, all this stuff is made up. I mean, you could really look across everywhere. The laws are made up, right? It's humans who come together. Like none of these things are universal principles or universal laws. There are some of those, but a lot of what we're faced with on the day to day is stuff that humans have made up. Now, unfortunately, there are times that humans make it seem as if the made up laws are universal laws, right? Unfortunately, at times, that's what they do. They make it seem uh, as if it's universal laws, but they're not. They're not universal laws. They're laws made up by other people. And so, and so, and so I think like that was such a blessing to me. It was such insight to me, such awareness to me in knowing and coming to find and just getting that piece of information. So I'm grateful eternally. And it really set me up for a wonderful way of living. It did. It really did. So I'm eternally grateful to my spiritual dad, Apostle Bobby Bracy, for that piece of liberation. That piece of liberation. And yesterday, in talking about that, I was like, okay, because initially I was going to go, "Good morning, cuz all is well. I pray the same for you." Um, I was getting ready to say this week I was going to talk all week long just about the freedoms that I've experienced in life that came from that statement, that insight that I received a good 25 years ago or so. No, maybe we've been 38 years. Wait, God, that's crazy. Yeah, we're going to celebrate our 38th anniversary. So, um, anyway, um, so let's just say 30 years ago. And it's made such a difference in my life. So, but as I was talking about that yesterday, I decided, well, let me just talk about Shiloh all week long and the blessings, right? The experiences. And so I, through way of communication, I don't want to say it. Pastor Bobby was working for a company and needed to contact me for a particular reason, right? And to get visitation rights for my cousin. And so I We made contact, and we've been connected ever since. And the reason being is I used to answer the phone. You know, I was in my younger saved days. I was very, very intentional about identification. Hey, Ray Price, good morning. Thank you for your prayers. I was very intentional about identification. So I used to answer the phone, praise the Lord. And that would give people, like, right out the gate who I am. That led to, you know, about 5 minutes of talking about business, about 50 minutes of talking about God, and they were starting their church. They were just leaving to start their church, and so yeah, I was the first to sign on, and then brought some folk with me, and we've been family ever since. Community. So that was literally in Kim was born in 88. I didn't get the numbers right. So this was 89. Hey, Barbara. Good morning. Good morning. At any rate, it was before 90. And we have been community ever since. We've been family. We've been family ever since, living in community. I can't even begin, like, for real, to express, first of all, kudos, hats off, all acknowledgement to Apostles Bobby and Carolyn Bracey. They were pastors, Bobby and Carolyn Bracey. We have grown so much in our almost 40 years now as a church family. That's the best way of saying it. We've grown so much over that time. And in the beginning days, it's so interesting because, yes, as Pastor Bobby said, it's all made up. I just think about how much we didn't know what we was doing, like all of us, including Pastor Bobby and Pastor Carolyn. You know, and then all of us who were there, we were the other adults. I was from 26 probably when I joined. I was 26. Kim was a year. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. We must have joined in October of 89. Yeah, so I was yeah, that's right. So I was so I would have been 26. I would have been 26 then. And 88 and 89. Okay, so I'm 63. I am 63. Boy, what a long but rich experience. A long, rich experience. It's been some wild rides. Let me just say, it really has been some wild rides. So what am I talking about? Community. The blessings of community. I'm talking about it from the lens of Shiloh, my church community that I became the first member of in 1989. In 1989. And I talk about it as the African heritage tradition because we literally became family. You know, we literally, I, I happily is not the graciously and appreciatively carry the official title of auntie. Of auntie for many. within the church, and am right. And so I'm grateful. Like healthy community, you can't even begin to quantify the benefit of healthy community. And kudos, hats off, all acknowledgement to those two who were committed to God, committed to advancing the kingdom, committed and lived the life. Lived the life. Look, we were too involved in each other's lives to be living double lives, right? Like way too involved, in each other's life. Because, like, if we were pretending to be something that we're not, it was going to be too obvious. It was going to be way too obvious because we literally was doing all of life and continue to do life together. Living in community, the blessings of community means that somebody always got your back. Somebody far, wide, and broad always got your back. Somebody's going to come to be in support of you. When I say they've been at every graduation, every celebration, every experience, like somebody's got your, right? When you think about, when you think about, that. And so I'm very grateful. I'm grateful. Extremely grateful that that I've been blessed, that we've been blessed to live in community, to live as family, to live in support of one another, dreams and hopes, desires, to hold each other accountable. And it's family. So we done had some issues, some stuff, some disagreements and stuff, some altercation. What family hasn't? That's living a real life. What family hasn't? Right? And yet we're family, and yet we love. We have committed as a community to follow Jesus's way, right? To live as Jesus lived in the 21st century, if you know what I mean. Translate it, okay? But the principles of Jesus, right? We're committed to that. And so Jesus summed it all up. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, soul, and strength, and love thy neighbor as thyself. He summed it all up in that verse. And we have and continue to do well at loving each other. I'm blessed beyond measure because of this place called Shiloh Deliverance Church. This place where community is built in for me. Where for the last almost 40 years now, I've had built-in community. The transitions that we've gone, I mean, think about it, it's almost 4 decades. We've gone through some transitions. My son was 18 months when we joined. He is 38. His love for drumming grew there. And he's a drummer, right? He serves as a drummer. He went to college as a music major. Right? I can point out so many things, but today I really want to talk about the blessings of community. Oh, it's already 6 o'clock. I must have got on late this morning. So, anyway, I just want you to look around and identify, are you blessed in community? Do you have a communal situation that's a blessing in that way? And if not, create it. You don't want to live this life and be limited. And if you've been hurt in the past, learn from that lesson. Make sure you have up appropriate boundaries and recreate, because it's worth the recreation, beloved. It is worth it. We are not perfect. We haven't been perfect. And there are times when we was mad at each other, we wasn't speaking to each other, upset. But none of us could have ever been in trouble. None of us could have ever needed anything. None of us could have ever been, destitute. And one of us, or actually many of us, would fail to come to support. All right? And make sure you create that for yourself. You have to be that. And then sowing and reaping will happen. Giving and shall be given unto you will happen. These eternal principles will happen. Right? I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being on with me today. At the moment that God gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, you and I, we gave up the right to not be amazing. I do love you. Have a good one. Bye-bye now.